And the cat, Giovanni's. But yeah, I got some no wrestling cards though. They didn't have any wrestling cards. But I didn't see any wrestling cards, sadly. All right, I think we have the screen here. Let me see if I have everything on the screen. I don't have the option scanner, do I? The
Uh,
wolf,
no, you don't have the option scanner. Oh, there it is.
yeah, the wolf was up 100% today. I know a few of y'all messaged me about those Vegas calls. You know, when Las Vegas calls hit the big boy scanner, you want to pounce on them. I didn't even see them. I don't know what I was doing yesterday. But those July 3rd 45 calls up, how much are they up now? I don't know if I want to look. Do I? 743%. Oh my God. So that trader's up 7x of 300K. Wow. So what is that? 2.1 million today? Wow. That's a big trade. All right. Let's get to it. And there's still 9,000 trade, 15K in open interest. Um, all right. Where's the chat? Let me get my scanners. I don't think I need this up. We did the 4 p.m. payout this morning. Snapchat's having a squeeze a day two. Where are my Norwegian calls? Oh my God, Norwegian calls are at a double. Those Norwegian calls, oh my God, they're 115. I sold them at 75 and then I think 81 from the penny scanner. Yeah. Wow. All right, let's see what we got rocking and rolling today. And that's Shark Ninja. More CMG calls. And then let me get my screen set up. And then I'll pop up the chat. Hold on. I don't need this. Let's put that there. Let's put this here so we can go over everything. A lot of the retailers bid. All right, where are we? Chat, where are you? There we go. All right, here we go. MSTR on the move. Yeah, MicroStrategy had a nice calls today and MicroStrategy. Yeah. That one, the Bitcoin's down today with the Qs. The Nasdaq's down, Bitcoin down. Yeah, did y'all see Robinhood today? Closed out of Robinhood options at 50% yesterday. A 99 print down to 90, 10% intraday move. It's pretty wild. Everyone thought it was going to 100, and then they pull the rug out. But that stock, I was on a TV show. The stock has doubled earlier in this year since I got it. And then did y'all see TKO? TKO had puts yesterday, and those puts doubled overnight. TKO, 52-week high, trader buys puts, and the puts doubled. Oh, oh, what a guy. I thought about buying TKO today. Stock's up 25% year to date already. I like those WMB calls. I could not get filled. Dang, those WMB calls, how much are they now? They bought them at 80. They're a buck 10. Jeez, that's a nice move. Damn, everything moved fast today. A good bet, 400K. They bought the calls at a dead low of the day. As soon as they bought the calls, stock popped and then had a huge move. I should have picked up common. All right, let's see what else we got here. Chat. Do we have the screen? Oh, I got my Labubu. Oh my God, where did I put them? No, I got my Labubus today. I got the package from um, eBay. I think I paid like 65 bucks for them, my Labubus. If you don't know what the Labubus are, I bought two of them. Labubu. these things, the little dolls. But yeah, I bought two. I think I paid 65 each. I gotta imagine what's MSRP? 20 to 30, so I paid double market. Uh, I encourage scalping, apparently, for that market. All right, what else do we have today? Pretty good big day, up about 4 grand. What else? Sent you an email earlier. Oh yeah, Deanna, I got a new email, right?
Oh yeah, I can put it in there. I think it's like lands at the trading pub or something.
Oh crap. Let me see if I know how to work it.
All right, it's on Gmail. Like it's literally a Gmail.
Oh, here it is.
You
Oh
got
yeah,
it?
I got emails. Okay, I'll close it so I don't expose last names. Okay, well that's good to know. My email works. I will get to emails after this. Oh wow, I totally forgot how to access email. I know y'all probably thinking, what? It's
No,
got
I mean it happens.
no, yeah. I really don't do this. CMG had a big day, another big day. Did y'all see those CMG calls late in the day yesterday? 5 minutes left. They bought the weekly 57s. A lot of the best orders come right before the closing bell. Wow, those calls are up 300%. A lot of good flow. Now that the regulators are, with the Trump administration, you're seeing some of the best option flow. So make sure you do have the news flow scanner because, those late date calls, obviously you can't send out an alert with like 5 minutes left. Customer support would yell at me. But make sure you get the news flow scanner so you can do these end of day orders. Because I think I end at like 3:30, they told me. A lot of the retailers are bid today. Maybe Deanna will post the link if she can. Yeah, a lot of gap calls. A lot of gap highly shorted. You don't know what highly shorted means. Let me give you basically like retailers, AI stocks, a lot of these stocks with real bad charts. They have what we call high short interest. Oh my God, now you have to pay. So like Gap stores, right? It's a mall retailer, went from 29 to 21, right? Very volatile. So what you're having, since the indexes aren't moving, like today, if you look at the S&P, what are we, dead flat on the day? You'll find these crappy companies, aka they have high short interest, like Gap, 6% short float, where they'll move 3, 4, 5, 10% a day. And that's how you really make money on options because you get what we call um, greater than expected market maker move. If you're trading a stock like Apple, it has a short float of 0.67%. You're not really going to ever make money on call options unless you get like yesterday some AI news out of the blue, or even like Nvidia. Very rarely Nvidia short float is 0.88. Very rarely are you going to make money on Nvidia calls because the calls are priced to perfection. So it's very difficult to make money like in Nvidia or stuff like that. Ooh, Cleveland Cliff. Oh man, a lot of these are small trades. Yeah, Cliff triggering along here on the master indicator. I like it. Yeah, looks good to me. I like that. Long trigger daily on the master indicator. Cheap options, I'm sure. Stocks up 5%. Weeklies are up 100. Next weeks are up nicely. I like this. Any Cliff calls? September. Oh, that was way back in the day. June, those expired. Yeah, I like Cliff. I like it a lot, actually. When do they report? Either first week of August or end of July. You can tell when the company reports because implied vol goes up from 66 to 73. So one of these expirations. Yeah, cheap options. Probably do like the hmm, August monthly sevens or eights. Yeah, something like that. Beautiful breakout. So basically, when you play a stock like this, all you're going to do is put a breakout over a previous swing high. So think of it this way. All these people who short it in here or in here, where's there going to be their buy stop over the previous high, right? So if they're short has to cover because they're wrong because the stock goes up, their buy stop gets triggered, volume breakout, and we probably fill a gap to like what, 870? So you always want to see not where do you think the stock can go, where is everyone else? What are their hands? So if they bought the stock here, where's their stop? Previous low. They got stopped out. They short a stock here or here, where's their stop? Over the previous high. And then if things get real freaky, we take out these highs. So you really want to buy beat down companies and then sell uh, strong companies. ERJ, holy mackerel. A big old leap here in ERJ, $1 million. Ooh, it's a big swing. What do they do? San Paulo, Brazil, aviation. Great chart. It's really the question you asked. Do I really want to buy leaps on a stock on a 52-week high that are 580? Not me. But great chart. Maybe one if you want to buy common. So would you buy the underlying stock on a video? Hell no. No. No, not at all. I would rather go to my neighbor's house, watch them paint the walls pure black than buy NVIDIA stock. I mean, sure, it's a great stock. I'm trying to trade, not long-term invest. And I forgot what I was going to do. Oh, YouTube. Yeah, so I don't do any long-term uh leaps or anything. I'm pretty short term. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, basically saying, hey, what do I think of NVIDIA stocks? Like saying, what do I think of McDonald's hamburgers? I mean, they're good, but I don't want to buy it up here. I'd rather buy junk and try to have a squeeze. I'm looking for some hedging too. That would be good. But hedging is hard. Oh, I am live on YouTube. MP, it's a pretty strong stock. So if you're like Lance, you're counter trend, everything we've been taught, you do the opposite. It's true. Because everything you've been taught, you have no advantage. So you got to be a contrarian. ERJ, now some August calls. Wow. They doubled up. Some MP puts. Let's look at MP real quick. MP breakdown. This is a metal stock. I mean, everyone chased up in the air. Now you have the July 30 puts. Stock's already down 5%. July 30 puts. So if I say July, it's always going to be the monthlies. If I say weekly, it's always going to be the front weekly. I mean, it's probably a hedge. No, I'm not thrilled with buying puts with the stock down. You know, like, you know, down so much from the high. Looks, if I was long the stock and I needed to buy protection, I would probably buy puts here. So, not gonna buy puts. Just better stuff out there. If they buy like 5 more puts, maybe. How much are the August 60 calls in ERJ? They're like $1.50 maybe. 360. These people are smoking dope. Hell no. Clip about to break out already. That's expensive. Very pricey. SPX. Trade should be at max value just about today. Apparently, we're not supposed to talk about open positions, but I know we had a class today. So Just a heads up there. Wolf, no. Wells Fargo, no. Carnival, we already did Norwegian. So I'm not going to chase. Fresh, let's see if we have anything odd in the penny option scanner. Anything odd and unique. Fresh is, I think, a food stock. They bought the July 15 calls. Not a bad bet. Freshworks. Do you get earnings? No. If I move too fast for you, don't worry, you'll get the hang of it eventually. Uh, 15,000 calls in open interest that are worthless and the 17 and a half, so probably not going to take it. Sorry. There's some Bristol Meyer calls. That one's been good to us a few times. Popped and dropped. Merck. Merck had a nice pop today too. GLPI. Ooh, what is this bad boy? Gaming Leisure PP REIT. Uh, Interesting. Are you liquid? No, you're not. 55 by 70. Nope. All right, well, there goes that. I think we're done with the penny scanner today. Intel puts, not big enough. So, not much to do today. That's why we sold some premium. VIX is moving lower. What's new? Burr had a short squeeze yesterday. That BUR. It's a squeeze and then a dump. Burford Capital. Yeah, I saw this one was getting pumped yesterday. I, I imagine some penny stock people got in it. Not my cup of tea. Cliff over 8. Grab, that's another penny stock, high flyer. STSE has earnings. Mm. Oh, y'all want to get into some earning dice rolls? I'm down. How much did we make today? 4 grand? How much in SPX? About 3,800 or $385. All right, we could take some earnings. We'll put like $380. Constellation Brands. Oh my God, is that the worst chart in the world? Wow. Holy crap. I'm sure this is in a lot of dividend portfolios too. Wow, this has to be one of the worst charts I've ever seen. Probably goes up on earnings. March, they did have a call buyer, March 2026 160s on, I mean, stock was 160 at that time. Is that it? TTD, some puts. If I was a betting man, I think STZ goes higher. $9 implied move. So that would be, let's actually use our indicator. STZ, the high end would be 176. The low end would be 157. How much are the 175 calls? Probably like 250, I'm gonna say. Am I right? Weekly 175 calls, they're 190. They're already up 50%. I probably would pass on STZ. I think it goes up, but we do the 175, 177 and a half call spread. Can we get maybe 50 cents? I mean, you could. It's not a bad trade. It's not bad. I would just prefer something more aggressive. I mean, you risk $50 to make $250 if we close over 177 and a half. It's not bad. I don't know. I kind of just don't want to do it though. Run already ran. Run was a solar play. Yeah, it's already up 10%. It filled the gap. Remember those run calls I mentioned in the option pit a few weeks ago? Y'all remember those? Target, some puts, buying protection on this pop. Remember all those run calls? Finally got paid today. Was the nines? Yeah. 800K of the weekly nine calls. Next week, nine calls. They bought them here. Stock's up 20+%. So yeah, run ran with the tax bill. I wouldn't buy them here. I mean, they've already ran. That's one thing you want to try to be proactive, not reactive. Reactive is UNH. Ooh, another dip buyer. Get some UNH calls yesterday. UNH up $12. 325s in UNH. If they're like a dollar, they bought the end of June yesterday. Those are up a lot. These are like $1.50. Oh my God, 280. They're up 700%. God damn. What? Wow, market makers were sleeping on United. I don't know if I can even buy these. It's 112 grand. It's not a lot of money. Oh, Thursday's a half day, Friday market holiday. What are they implying for UNH this week? Ugh. I hate buying expensive options. If they were like a dollar, I would love them. How much are they? 285? It's so expensive. That's insane. I mean, the stock's up $12 today, so that's why. Another long on the master indicator. Wow. Got a big gap too. If they buy any more UNH calls, I'll buy them. But floor and decor, everything's popping. Did anyone notice the big rotation today? So the big rotation into small caps. I put a 250,000 in small caps in here, and then I got crushed, and now I'm up like 10%. So you had a nice rotation out of the Qs. A lot of those high flyer NASDAQ stocks are down today, while small caps and mid caps are up very nicely, and even large caps. So you're having a very nice rotation. And why is that? First of the month, they need the Dow to hit all-time highs to follow the S&P and NASDAQ. So people are saying, hey, NASDAQ stocks are stretched. We're going to sell them and buy mid cap and large cap. There's a little Amazon bet. Again, kind of the catch-up trade. Amazon in the Qs. Solid bet. 220 calls for July 11th. Oh, you know what? Doesn't that capture Prime Day? I think it does. Next week. How much are they? 475? God, everything's so expensive. Uh, we could probably do a call spread in Amazon. Probably do the 220, 225. How much is that? 230 debit. Oh, never mind, it's horrible. Well, it's bad. No good risk versus reward. Or you could sell bull put credit spreads. Decent bet. Amazon, again, on the dead highs, so I don't think you want to buy dead highs. What else? Bumble caught that buyout the other day. BP had a buyout rumor. It pumped and dumped. Target puts, probably a good bet. July 99s. No earnings. No thanks. I'm being so selective, aren't I? I only have like 12 positions on. Now, no, too big of a stock to trade. Now services isn't it like $1,000? Oh,
I think they
Nike.
meant to say Nike, not
Eh,
now.
Nike's already ran.
Yeah,
You're basically dead money. No, no good ROI. Does Pfizer have earnings? Let's see who has earnings, shall we? I'm up a lot today, so I don't want to get crazy. Screener, earnings date today after market close. STZ, boring. Tomorrow before the open? So I like using this website, FinViz. It's free. I don't get any commission. UNF, nope. What about the next 5 days? Anything good? Nope. You know, we probably have another few weeks before earnings kicks off. Yeah, Nike, those Nike calls jumped like 400% for earnings, so really no need to still be in it unless you own stock long term. But UNF, wow, the UNH off that call buyer. Look at that move, just off that call buyer. Wow. Jeez, look at UNH go. If you have a big account and you want to scalp stock, you can. Those calls are already 330 from 280. You could always use the news flow scanner to trade stock. Obviously, if you have a big account, you have a small account, probably won't be able to, unless you're on margin. Wow, UNH. Holy crap. You know what? They're probably taking a breakout. So if you're new, or maybe you just don't know how to trade breakouts or anything, or day trade. So if you buy UNH stock or call options, what you would do, again, you find out where everyone else has their stops. So you would use the prior high for a breakout. So watch. So the prior high in UNH earlier today was 325.98. We'll put in a little alert, 325.98. If UNH takes out the prior high, look what's going to happen on volume. Volume is going to soar. Why? Because people who tried shorting the stock in here are going to use their buy stop over the previous high. Just like, do you ever buy stock and then put a stop loss under the previous low? Right? So you just think of what they're doing. So just think of the opposite of what they're doing. See where their hand is and then do the opposite. So play your opponent's hand, not your hand. All right. Trump is talking right now. I'm not thinking about extending the trade deadline, deal with Japan, blah, blah, blah. Boring. Lift. Ooh, lift 16 puts, 50K. Give me some size, please. Between Trump, Powell, I mean, it's been a Fed speaker, and I mean, all we do is have news. The market's starting to be less sensitive to all these news, but yeah, I mean, you always got to be careful when you're doing like weekly options because you could have news out of nowhere. I mean, it works both sides though. I mean, I bought Norwegian calls today at 55 and then 50. So I bought the calls, stock dipped lower, and then out of nowhere, I was out getting my tractor. The stock shoots up out of nowhere. So, it ended up working out good. But yeah, I mean, that's something you got to be aware of though. So the market just took a little dip. Yeah, market just sold off. Oh God, market just sold off a lot. Damn. Never count the chickens before they hatch. Right? Is that what they say? Wow, I was up 80%. Now I'm only up 41%. See? Never count those chickens before they hatch. Yeah, look at that. S&P just sold off 12 points out of nowhere and about 20 points off the highs. So being careful, being very, very careful. Ticks just took a big down tick. That's why anytime I look at weeklies, I always do them pretty selectively, you know. Usually pretty small. Nothing crazy. If I do like an August option, I'll allocate more size, but anything short dated, you need to be a little bit careful. We see the VIX popped a little bit here too. Because you never know. They could say, hey, we're gonna, you know, cut NVIDIA's tax status or something. NVIDIA shares drop 30 bucks out of the blue and NASDAQ crashes 5%. It can happen. But let's see what else we got going on here. 303 will be on till probably, I think, the close, whenever they kick us off. CMG is not really reacting because it's flight to safety. Let's see what else we got. We got a million windows open because they booked me 10,000 times today. Blame publisher Nate. Robinhood, nope. I had my, where's my other screen? Oh man, I can't find it. Yeah, I feel blind. I totally forgot what I was about to do. And now I feel very dumb. I had something I was going to show you on, I forgot. Well, darn. Well, they do call me Lance Biden for a reason. All right. Intel, seeing some July 24.5 calls. Do y'all get earnings? Really don't want to buy out the money calls. No, they don't. Looks like they have earnings the last week of July. Anywho. Any swings? We can't, technically, we're not allowed to talk about any program trades. That's what publisher Nate told me, so. But yeah, we'll send updates and all that jazz this week. But I'm not allowed to talk about any open positions or premium subscription trades, quote unquote. So I just do what they tell me because they pay me lots of money. And I've already got canceled a few times. I'm not trying to get canceled again. He does. He does. Yeah. I'm not trying to get canceled anymore. All right, Meta, small bets, 125K. VRT puts, no, just small. Ah, la la la. DGX had some puts. What is this stock, DGX? Quest Diagnostics? Is that it? Let's see if I... DGX. Yes, it is. Wow. Great chart. They bought, what did they buy? July 180 puts. Stock does have a dividend on 7.7. Are they liquid?
Spreads are pretty wide.
Ew. 295 by 550. Ew. Everyone, if you're wondering who's that in the background, say hi, Christian.
Hey guys,
Christian, do you have video or no?
I do have video. I'll throw that on.
Oh, I didn't even know. I don't even see myself, so that's why I asked. Christian will be helping out massively here over the next few, well, you'll see him over the next few days, but a few weeks, and more and more and stuff like that. So everyone say hi, hi, hi. He'll be posting some charts too in the options pit and some market color as well. Christian is, where are you? Tennessee?
Chattanooga. Yep.
Yeah, Chattanooga. Chattanooga, beautiful place.
Beautiful. Some
Chattanooga.
people were asking about PLTR.
What is it?
PLTR, Palantir.
Oh, oof.
Saw a couple orders come in today. Maybe on the mini
Yeah,
scanner.
I saw Palantir from the had that big drop. The hard part with Palantir right now is here, let me show y'all. I guess it's what, a war stock now, something like that. Because the all the defense stuff. But here's what's hard, making it difficult to trade. If you want to sell premium, you can. But implied volatility is pretty darn high. You see, when a stock goes down, volatility goes up. So the price and the calls and the price of the puts are pretty expensive. If you want to trade it, what I would do is use the 4 p.m. payout market maker move. And I would probably sell premium outside the expected range. So like this week, it's expected only, wow, it's only $3. That's not a lot at all. Wow, that's pretty cheap actually. So you could like, yeah, wow, that's really cheap for Palantir. Oh, you know why? It's because it's Thursday's a half day, Friday's 4th of July. That's why. Uh yeah, I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't touch it here just because I don't know what's going on with all the war stuff. It's just a little too sensitive for me. So personally, I would avoid it. I would only trade unless you see like a couple $1 million orders. Anything under a million, I would be a little cautious. But what do they do? Yeah, these are all small. Yeah, these are real small. I mean, you had a few orders of the 130, 135, 131s, but 100K for Palantir. Here, I'll show you. You know, it trades almost a million option contracts a day. So the average option contract is probably around $10, probably $5, $10. So you got to figure, that's 2,000 contracts is 100K. That's what, 2% of the total options? It's not a lot. So if you see maybe like a million, 2 million, 500K, 700K back to back, then I would say, but if not, not enough to move the Palantir needle. It's a very highly traded name. So it would take a lot of moolah to move it. Same with NVIDIA. You need, again, a few million to move it. Yes, RVH, there is a newer one on the one-click website. Yeah, that just has the labels. Just go in the members area and you'll see it. It will say with labels. Everything else is the same. It just has labels. If you want it. If you don't, you don't have to. Oh, we have another Tennessee. Murs for your
Murfreesboro. I think that's how you say it. I think it's just south of Nashville.
Okay.
Murfreesboro.
Tennessee is very nice. A lot of people in Florida are moving there in Georgia because all the
Yeah, I think it's
property
because of
taxes
the
and
yep.
insurance. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my
No
neighbors.
state income tax.
Yeah, my neighbors all complaining how expensive and all that it got, which is true. It's very, very um it's gone insane, especially the insurance.
Yeah.
What was the other stock? KVU. Technically, you can't talk about open positions, but technically we're not allowed to, but still in the program. All right. Yeah, Palantir, some weekly 135. Weekly, oh, next week 135s. About to say weekly 135s are $2.50. No way. A little VIX pop end of day. What do we have tomorrow? Anything crazy? Let's go to the Econo day. Usually we won't be this slow gang. Usually we'll have some fast action weekly options, penny stock options, but again, having a pretty big day, I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to blow it on anything, trying to be in capital preservation mode. Not much. Real quiet day tomorrow. And then Thursday is, wow, tons of news. And then market closes at 1, with the market being closed the 4th of July. Wow, so Thursday is going to be insane. Look at all this. Factory orders, PMI, jobless claims, ISM. You got a Fed yippee. You know what we might have to start doing? We might have to might have to follow the calendar of El Presidente. Might have to start looking at the calendar.
I think they have stuff in Trade Exchange on that morning thing.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's President Trump initial daily agenda. So it says
Let me
he was
just,
going on a walking tour of Alligator Alcatraz today.
yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Roll call. Here we go. Oh my God. Everything is detailed. We don't have to do this with Biden. Oh yeah, you're right. Alligator. Yeah, we didn't have to worry about this with Biden. I'm listening to that book, not to get political, but I'm listening to that book, what's it called? The Jake Tapper book. What's it called? Ah, this is it. Original Sin. It's pretty fascinating. Real fascinating about the cover up. Of course, they didn't tell
Oh,
in real time, but do you have a schedule of your events? Bob, I wish. They usually tell me that day.
Honestly, hours before, if we're being honest.
Nate said I'm going. Let me see. Nate did message me. I'll show you what he said. But unless my handlers tell me what to do, I don't know. All right, Nathan says you want to join OP. I'll just say okay. I guess that's the show he does. Um,
Opening playbook tomorrow morning.
oh, okay. Well, there you go. Sure. Sure. Yeah, I'll go. What time is that, Deanna?
It is 10 a.m.
I got to do a trade at 10 a.m. I'm going to be late. I'll do 10:10. 10:15. How about that? I'll be a little late. How about that? All right, back to business. Yeah, trade. Oh, it's you're there till 11? Oh, yeah, we got tons of time though. You're right. Trades do come first, then all that yippee yapping. Snapchat's having a pretty big squeeze. I had August 8 calls in Snapchat. I sold. I don't even want to tell y'all where, like 85 cents. Now they're 197. I think I bought them at 115. They hit a long time ago. Here they are. those August 8 calls in Snap. This is why you never sell. You know, people say, use stop losses, blah, blah, blah. Never use a stop loss. When you're trading options, you already have limited risk. So where did they buy them? What day was that? June 3rd. So they bought them $1.14 to $1.30. They went down to 85 cents. It's probably where I sold them. I think it was. And now they're $1.91. So if you're buying options, technically we're supposed to send stop losses and all that jazz. But if you're buying an option less than like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 bucks, never use a stop loss. It's really the worst thing you can do. Add, if anything. You buy a call option at $1 and it goes to 50 cents, buy more. Unpopular take, but every time I add and I keep adding and keep adding, it usually pays off. Every time I use a stop, should have stayed in. It would have paid off. If you're trading like leaps though, like December expiration and like $30 options, then maybe, but you know, if you're trading low price options and you use no more than like 10% of your account per trade, never use a stop. It's silly. Yeah, the market like today, you know, if you look at S&P, where are we? Here's a good example. If you look today on the S&P and trade SPX or XXP, do not trade SPY, folks. There's a ton of reasons why, but don't trade it. Save your money on capital gains. So like today, the market maker low end of the range was 6,180. We printed there literally to the T. And what happened? Bounce right back up. I don't recall what was the high end of the range. Let me look. I bet you the high end of the range was 62.10. I'm just going to estimate. I don't know. I haven't looked. I'll look with you. But this is the market maker move is usually perfect. Let me look. Do I have a screenshot from earlier? Just to show you how powerful the market maker move is. What time did we do the trade? Did I do a screenshot? No, that was yesterday. Oh, I can't see. Just do here. 62.10. 62.05, 62.10. And where did we bounce off? 62.08, 62.10. And where are we probably going to pin in the next 40 minutes? 6,200. Probably. If I had to assume, if I was a betting man, which I am. And let's look at the SPX. Where's the most volume? And open interest. Well, most volume. 6,200. So they tend to be a magnet, gravitation. So real good if even if you're doing E-mini S&P futures or SPY, if you want to do the stock, you can. But look at those market maker moves on almost any stock or every stock. UNH coming back a little bit. So if you know the market maker move, you know where support and resistance is going to be. And again, you could do it with any stock, but really, really important if you trade indexes or especially index futures. Shark Ninja. When did they buy? The 105 puts. Damn, those are deep in the money puts. Oklo. I haven't heard of that stock in a while. Oh. Well, now I know why. Wow. Holy mackerel. Wow, that's interesting. From 73 to 52 in a few days. Okay then. Wow. Wow. That was almost as crazy as Robinhood's 10% intraday move. Holy mackerel. There's were some high-flying stocks out there that even I'm a little taken back by seeing some of these crazy moves. You take your eye off the ball 1 or 2 days, and next thing you know, the stock is 20%. Amazon. Amazon looks like when is Prime Day? Amazon probably runs into Prime Day.
7th and 8th, I think, this year.
8th and 11th. And what are they buying in Amazon with strike? July 11th. So a run up into Prime Day. How much were they? 495. I can't buy those. Yeah, I'm not buying those. Too pricey. Twilio. Ooh, I like this stock. Twilio. You don't see this one often. Twilio. July 25th. Oh my God, Cliff broke out over 811. Well, there goes Cliff. There's your breakout. Stock was up not even 5%. Now it's up almost 7%. Damn, I should have bought those Cliff calls. Twilio, July 25th, 120 calls. When do we get earnings? August? I like this. They're buying calls on the dip. They do not get earnings though. That's a solid bet. I like that. Twilio, $4. They'll make you holla. I like them. Yeah, I like them. Why are they doing all these weekly calls? I like them. Can I buy them for maybe $4? They're expensive, so I'll do like a 2 lot. No fill. They just jumped to 425. Wow. Really? Tried mid-market, don't get filled. Some NVIDIA calls. Small bet. Decent order though. Someone mentioned NVIDIA not too long ago. Some next week, 155s. It's a nice bet. I don't know why I hate them. Wish they were bigger, but damn, I really can't get filled in Twilio on a whopping 2 lot? All right, well, fine. Wow. That's really bad. Imagine if I was trying to do a 200 lot. Midday, no volume. Damn. All right. I want to be a little patient. Can you do it on, yeah, basically any other stock. Any stocks work. Any stock that has options, I should say. Any stock that has options. Look at that. Off the Trump news, the market has already rallied 15 points. And the market maker move is only $7. Oh man, that's pretty funny. Market maker move, $7. We moved double that in a flash. But with only about 34 minutes left, we should be at a max winner. Again, don't count the chickens before they hatch, but as long as nothing too crazy happens here at the end of the day. Deanna, what am I doing here at 3:30?
Oh, 3:30, our buddy Raleigh, who looks like he just hopped in, is going to be joining us, and you are going to be introing one of your best strategies at this current moment.
Is it the 4 p.m.?
Yes, that's the 4 p.m.
Yeah, the 4 p.m. payout. Hi, everybody. I'm just here in the background, Lance.
Oh, Raleigh, I'm glad you're here because I just pulled it up. I was talking about the market maker move.
Yes, you were.
And XXP, same thing. As long as it stays above 618. Yeah, 618, you're good. So if you have a small account, you want to do XXP. Basically, if you do less than 10 contracts, or if you want to do a small account, I recommend XXP. Bigger account, SPX. You'll pay less commissions in SPX, by the way. But if you do more than 10 contracts of XSP, just do 2 contracts of SPX. But Raleigh will get into all the details about that here. But I mean, more UNH. Oh, wow.